YouTubers, Mike Martin's here, Mike Martin's channel. This one almost snuck right by me. It's by City TV News, 1130 News from Toronto, and this one snuck by me, but I gotta get this out there. Feds haven't delivered on promises to combat money laundering in BC's attorney, says BC's Attorney General. Guys, they're not gonna be investigating this money laundering thing. They're not gonna bother with it, and I'm gonna be really frank with you guys. It's helped our GDP. Criminals have helped our GDP. Criminal. And Better Dwelling has put up several articles already saying, basically, Canada's GDP and economy is dependent on criminals and money launderers. Well, they are criminals, but you know what I'm saying, right? People, I guess, bamboozling the system. And with that article that came out that pretty much hit shockwaves when they found $200 billion in laundered money in the housing markets. It's disgusting. So Victoria News, 1130, Prime Minister has been doling out money across the country ahead of the fall election, but so far he hasn't followed through with some significant promises in British Columbia. BC's Attorney General David Eby is blasting the federal government for failing to follow through with promises to help BC combat money laundering. You see, guys, if it was us money laundering, the local Canadians, and well, they get us with our small businesses, my little small business. They just audit us every couple of years just for the sake of making sure we're paying our taxes, right? So they're always auditing us, and that's how they get us. God forbid we money laundered. We'd be doing time in a San Quentin prison or something. If we're on our own on this, the federal government should tell us that, EB says. He says it's been months since he raised the alarm about the extent of money laundering in BC, but he hasn't seen any resources or money coming from the federal government. Of course he won't! It's their responsibility to know that we've gone so long without any announcement, even one that I am aware of. An additional police officer and a federal level working on this issue is disturbing. Stop the press. Who is that? They hired an additional police officer. I hope it's Vic Mackey or someone that could bust heads. Because, I mean, if it's not the strike force there, I don't know who. So the additional officer. It's going to cost taxpayers money, so it's better that we I guess, sell out their futures, basically. Let's sell their futures out, and then, sell out the locals' futures, right? eBay is referring to the clock running out before the writ drops ahead of the federal election this fall. He says if there is no federal officers or forensic accountants dedicated to the combat the money laundering, it means the work which is under the federal jurisdiction is simply being done wrong. Or not being done, period. Sorry. We're going into the public inquiry on this in the fall. I can't imagine that this is going to be the way the federal government is going to go into the processes. With people hearing evidence about how the problem got so out of control in British Columbia, he says. In May, BC unveiled an investigation into money laundering that found more than $7 billion dirty money that was being laundered into the province. That's probably just the casinos. The Prime Minister is making a stop in Surrey with Premier John Horgan this Thursday at noon. So this was from... here it is. August 28, 2019. That's a photograph from September 18, 2017. But the article's from 5-6 days ago, depending where you are. Guys, I told you, this is helping the Canadian economy if they do this, right? So let's bring this up so you know I'm not, making this up. So let's go to my channel. Guys, if you want to subscribe to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate it very much. So you go to my channel. I already did videos on it. So you go over here, click on laundering. Mike Martin's here. Okay. See? Destroying housing affordability. Money laundering BC. Listen to this. Money laundering in every English country. Australia. Vancouver is a money laundering hotspot. Billions laundered in Toronto. Colleges connected to money laundering. Mike of the Night money laundering. Canada's GDP needs money laundering. So this is the article I covered here from Better Dwelling. YouTubers, Mike Martin's here, Mike Martin's channel. Thanks for joining me. So, Canada would be in a recession without money laundering. So there you have it, folks. Share this video out there. Get me out there, guys. I deserve it. I really put a lot of time into this. If you want to support this transmission, go ahead and support me on Patreon. I want to thank my new Patreon supporter. I'm not sure if I should mention your name, but thank you so much for being an underboss. I really recommend that. Join the family today. Join us on Patreon. Thanks for watching, guys.